Good morning, everybody. Helen Chin Lu here from the Healing Place Energy School. Excuse me for one moment. My puppies is scratching at the door. Hang on. I'll introduce. This is Kirby. Very kissy. How's everyone this morning? Are you in the mood for a Ask the Reflexologist? I try to do these questions and answers, I would say, once a month. So depending on how many people get text me or put in the comment box what they would like to learn about reflexology, chakra balancing, energy medicine, um, I would say holistic wellness, and just feeling good. And I'm just thrilled that people have decided that my information is of value, and I would love to hear from you. So if you have questions, please feel free to join in and learn with me, and also I can learn with you. There's a lot of things that I want to do. I'm also planning to do review different reflexology techniques, even some of my old techniques, which I've done 10 years ago, or perhaps even somebody else's technique. And I just think it's a lot of fun to give input. So it's not being critical, it is just probably helping people to recognize where they can improve in their skill set, or perhaps there's something I could learn, which is really, really important. So if you're with me today, please say hello. And let me know where you are. I would love to hear from you. So there's a bunch of questions I'm going to answer. And I'm just so thrilled this morning. I learned a lot of new video techniques, and I put this PowerPoint of questions that was asked of me, and I want to put it out to you. So let me jump in. And if you could, and feel free to ask me questions as we go along, or perhaps there's something you want to ask, and I will incorporate them into our talk today. So let's talk about, here's this. So that's me, Ask the Reflexologist. We'll see how good I am doing this, because this is brand new technique that I just learned how to do only this morning. So question, first of all, everything that I talk about, the disclaimer is the lessons and tips that I'm going to talk about is for self-awareness and mindfulness. It may not be substituted for traditional medicine. This is really important, because what I believe that I do is work in conjunction with the medical doctor. So I complement what they do. As much as I would love to say I am, I'm all things to all people, that's not true. And if you meet any healers that tells you what they do is above anyone else's, I would say run, really run. So next thing is, there are three questions that I want to ask about, that was asked of me about the throat chakras. I'm sorry about these silly graphics. And then there's no way for me to move it up and down. The first question is how to open or how to use my voice. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the throat chakra. So many of us have inability to speak our truth because we're told from a very young age not to use our voice. And the reason why is you don't want to be shamed, you don't want to be judged. And unfortunately, most of us grow up with going through our whole life believing that this is not what we need to talk about, and we need to be very, very careful. Somebody asked me, what is causing my nasal drip? Since I am not a medical doctor, so this is my opinion, because the specialty that I work with are people who come to me with digestive issues. Nasal drip is a lot of time, it's an imbalance in the GI tract. Many times the person does not have enough probiotics in the gut. And probiotics, so depending on what you eat for diet, if you eat a very sugary uh, dairy, which converts into sugar, alcohol, again, converts to sugar, carbohydrates. Like I love breads and pastas and rice. So that's where I got to be careful. So what happens a lot of times is an imbalance of too much acid in the gut, and that creates yeast overgrowth, and hopefully, in your case, people's cases, not to develop small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. How do you correct that? A lot of times is you got to change your diet, and again, work with your doctor. Increase your probiotics, and some people would take probiotics by buying the supplements. And what I found with my clients, the therapeutic level is 50 billion IUs. Okay. And then, so that's something for you to talk about. Talk to your doctor. And then the last question around the throat chakra is, what caused my thyroid to weaken? Well, number one is perhaps in your family, you have what I call your just in you have your DNA. You have a DNA for a weakened thyroid. And what most people don't realize, if you have hyperthyroid, what this is about is your body makes so much thyroid hormones in your entire life. And what happens if you deplete that surplus or that supply at the beginning of your life, there's nothing on the back end. And so what happens is you have to supplement the thyroid with medication. I'm going to use me as an example. In my 20s, I went from hyper, and then in my late 30s, I went into hypo. So I've been on medicine for a very, very long time. And another thing with the thyroid, which is associated with the throat chakra, think about the words that get stuck in your throat. And what would you like to say, but you can't? And, feel free to jump in if you have comments about any of the things that I'm talking about. I would love to hear from you. So this is about your throat chakra. Uh, let's see. So this another person asked me, I have ear infection all the time. What are the reflex points to correct this? Again, a lot of time ear infection has a lot to do with digestive health. If you have an overgrowth of yeast in your intestines, chances are very good that the yeast flourishes throughout the body. And I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just giving you what I've learned at the healing place talking to my clients. So what you need to do, again, build up, I would say, your probiotics. And I'm going to show you an ear reflex. Hi, Lisa. I'm going to show you quickly on my ear reflexology model. If you have an ear infection, what you could do, your digestive system, it's inside ear. I'm going to see if I get really close. It's right about down here. You could stroke this whole area. This will pretty much touch your GI tract, your stomach, and you just do it in one direction. Do it in one, and this will stimulate your your digestion, and this will help to support it. And remember, reflexology, I do a 55-step protocol on the feet, probably about 30 to 35 on the hands. And because the ear is such a small area, uh, it's so easy to touch so many reflex points using the ears. And then here on your hands, can everyone see my hands? So your ear reflexology um, points is underneath your pinky finger and your fourth finger. And you can walk all the way across. I mean, there's things that I could do, but I won't have enough time to do a whole protocol. If you want me to do something more, please put it into the box, and I will include it into the next Ask the Reflexologist, and perhaps I could even do something even more. Like, oh, I know what I'm going to do. I think next Sunday, I'm going to use one of my techniques that I did years ago, and I'm going to review it. I'm going to do it with you and review it and show you what to do. So that's something we could do, is work on the ears. If give me a thumbs up if that's something that you are interested in. And the ear reflexology model, I sell these on my store, and I'll put it in the box below if you're interested in this. And you get this cute little booklet that goes with it, and you could follow the techniques. All right. Any questions so far, people? All right, here we go. How do I live mindfully with consciousness? Oh, I wish I could open this up for you. This has a moving part, and she's daydreaming about her life. Hang on, let me take a sip. My throat gets really dry. Mindfully, everything you do has to be done with mindfulness. That means everything you say and do and feel. This week, I've had several, I would say, really tough client cases. There was a person who, unfortunately, this relationship did not end well. Of course, she's blaming herself. And we all have a soul contract where there's particular lessons we are supposed to learn. And until we learn them, we repeat the same lessons. In my case, what am I supposed to learn is patience. I like to do things very quickly, and I prefer to have them done before, like yesterday. If I could have had it done yesterday, I'm really happy. But one of the things about living in what I call hurry up and finish life, it takes a lot of joy out of it because everything is a race to the end. And I try to live mindfully and be here, be now. So I'm one of those people. I am extremely aware of everything. I notice little things most people won't notice because I'm just clued into everything. And one thing about emotional control, there isn't really any control because a lot of times, instead of punishing yourself for something that did not happen, ask yourself, what did you learn? This is really key. What did you learn? All right, so let's see. And how do I buy a pair of foot reflexology model? Here I am. Okay, here. Here's my trusty reflexology foot model, which I use. I don't use them as much as I used to, but I'm going to put a link in my box below where you can buy them. So if you're into reflexology and you follow my videos, and I have a lot of them, probably over 350. I've made a lot over the last 10 years. So you could use these feet and follow along not only my courses at the Healing Place Energy School, where I have more in-depth classes, but you could actually follow. And a lot of times is you need to know where are the reflex points. People always ask me, Helen, can I press really, really hard and do things? No, it's not about pressing how hard, is can you press on the exact reflex points? And the only way you could do that is just through practice. I cannot teach you touch. So if you decide to take one of my courses at the Healing Place Energy School, you're going to learn how to find those reflex points because I'm such a pain in the rear end about these things. So it's Healing Place Energy School. I'm such a pain in teaching because the way I teach is the way I like to learn. So that's the way it goes. All right. So let's talk. Somebody asked me, can I combine a number of reflex methods such as ear, face, head, body, and foot? And the answer is yes. What I do a lot of times, my primary is the feet, because I don't know why I'm connected to the feet, but I just find it's easier. There's more of a chance you're going to find the reflex points instead of the hands. So the hands are exactly the same position. The points are exactly the same position on the hands, except it's a much smaller space. And the more, again, you practice, you'll be able to feel all these little subtle energy points. So next question. What is the biggest cause of health problems? Oh, yes. This is something I talk about quite frequently. Hi, Angel. Uh, yes, that's something that Angel mentioned. She's pleasurable to massage your feet, which is true. You're stimulating lots of nerve endings, but unfortunately, you're not focusing on any reflex points. In fact, one of the things that I'd like to do maybe next weekend is to critique, comment on massage parlors methods because they are claiming themselves given reflexology treatment, and that is not true. The more I call it when you massage the feet, okay, when you massage the feet, let's say you're doing this. What you're doing, you're touching everything and you're also touching nothing at the same time. Does that sound strange? Well, the thing is, you're not focusing on any reflex points, so you're not touching anything. And the people who come to me at the Healing Place in Medfield, they come for precise problems. So they have health issues with digestive. I do a lot of fertility, chronic pain that's associated with lupus, MS, multiple sclerosis, restless leg syndrome. So a lot of what I call autoimmune diseases. So I got to find those points on the feet to work on. Again, that comes from nothing but practices. Angel asked about reflexology mats you stand on, or even slippers, the sandals you wear. It's basically, if you're doing this, imagine that your reflex points are touching every single reflex point. So again, you're touching everything, but yet you're touching nothing at all. In fact, a lot of times what happens is, let's say somebody with digestive issues. I really want to focus on the digestion, the stomach, and the upper GI tract and the lower GI tract. So this area here. What happens is just sliding over, touching everything. What are you touching? Nothing. So this is something you got to think about. How is this serving you? It's wonderful to get a massage. I like them, but it's not really doing anything. All right. Sorry. That's the way it goes. I don't make up the rules. Um, Here is so what I want to do is help you to awaken your inner healer. That is why I created the Healing Place Energy School. I have 25 courses that's combined reflexology, chakra balancing, especially for those people who are beginning their spiritual journey, mindfulness, self-care. And I just love to help people. And why am I doing this? Because so many of us are used to giving away our healing powers. We really believe doctors know more than us. When you learn how to tap into your intuition and make this foundation inside of you strong, nobody's going to be able to take this away from you. And people say to me, well, Helen, isn't this like placebo effect where you think you're being healed? Well, okay, let me ask you this. What do you think the pills do? It's targeting and hopefully it's hitting what your needs are. But then there's the side effects. Reflexology is pretty much a precise science. It just amazes me in the 10,000 sessions I've done, how many people actually feel better. And there's some people who come to me when you begin, come weekly, but eventually I see these people only maybe 5 to up to 8 times a year. It all depends on what they need. And the more serious the health issue is, I have people come back a little bit more because as great as reflexology and chakra balances are, but they're not an end all. So a lot of it has to do with your lifestyle, what do you put in your body, How do you relieve and clear your mind of stress? And stress and anxiety probably is what causes most health issues. Really does. And I'm just always surprised. So this is something that you got to go inside of yourself. All right. So here. So I'm hoping very much that what we talked about has been helpful to you. These are my puppies. There's Tito, who's 5, Milo, that's 10, and there's Kirby, he's 12 years old. And these are the Healing Place mascots. So they come to work with me quite a bit, and they get, sometimes they even lie on clients. I should do a session with them being part of the healing session, because it's so funny. If they know somebody needs a little bit more love, they'll jump on the table with them. So they've done that quite a bit. And here I am. I'm going to give myself a plug. The Healing Place Energy School. And everything I do is really for you. I want to create more courses, but I got to get people to buy into them and check them out before I create more. I figured 25 courses is a really good start. And if you have questions, you're more than welcome to email me at support@Healing Place Energy School. So what do you think? Do you have any other questions for me? Um, Lisa D says, I believe that diet and mindset is extremely important, and doctors don't really help with that. No, they're not. I am from the school is from, in order to completely heal, not only physically, which this is what doctors address, emotionally, that's another set of doctors, assuming that they have life experience and really know how to help you. And spiritually, how do you connect to your spirit every single day? So this is really, really key, because if you are not part, come home to you. What is your temple? How do you treat yourself every single day with love and kindness? Don't beat yourself over things that you cannot control. Come home to you. And if something doesn't go well, instead of dwelling on the negative aspect of the experience, what did you learn? Really sit and think about it. What did you learn? Instead of dwelling on how someone did you wrong, come back to you. So I hope very much this has been helpful to you. I want to let you know a couple of things that are going on. So this Tuesday, I believe that's the 8th, I have live Reiki healing meditation with Robin Bornstein. I wish I remember what subject we're going to talk about, but we always have a kick butt one. And even though I create these little talks, I can't always remember what to do. And also I want to ask you, is 11 o'clock a good time to do these Ask the Reflexologist? Because I want to get as many people on Sunday to come and be with me, because I'm giving up my time to be with you, so I need to get your opinion. And if this is something you like, would you share it with your friends? Would you like and subscribe to and follow me? I think I'm a lot of fun. I want to get really crazy, and I could be, but there's something about I'm trying to be as conservative and yet relay information. So I would love to hear from you, and I hope this has been helpful to you. And I'll see you this Tuesday, and then next Sunday, I think I'm going to do some kind of review if that's something that you're open to. And in the meantime, have a good day, have a good week, be mindful, come home to you, treat yourself with love and kindness like what you would do if you were your own best friend, which I hope you are. And before you know it, you're going to blossom into the person that you should be. Okay, everybody, be well and have a safe week. enjoyed this talk, please like, subscribe, and share the Healing Place Energy School channel.